Yo, what's up everybody? It's Peace-Eye. Welcome to another video. So, I once again took kashtira, spright, snake eyes to locals, and I went X1 this time, and I ended up with second place. I survived all the way until the last round. This time was only a 4-round tournament, but I cut the build down to 48 cards. I do honestly feel like 60 cards is better, but I'll just get into the list and what I was thinking, and we'll get to it. But over the past few days, I've posted all of the 4 matches that I had during the tournament, so you can go back and see what's going on. The main thing that I didn't like about playing 48 was having the ability to, or the lack of ability to side deck as easily. You had to end up siding out engine pieces in order to put in everything that you wanted from your side deck. So first engine is the kashtira engine. So 3 Fenrir, only 1 unicorn. I opted for only 1 unicorn because this isn't full combo by itself, whereas Fenrir was, and Fenrir was just more impactful, so I did cut 2 unicorns. But I did still play the bricks, which is the kashtira Riseheart, the kashtira Scareclaw, and then for the spells, I played the kashtira Theosis, the kashtira Birth. Obviously, we want to see as many kashtira monsters as we can, so we played the 3 Pressured Planet and then the 1 Terraforming. So I did manage to cut a couple slots out of this engine, so basically just 2. But still, heavy kashtira count. Honestly, it should have been more. Next up was the Spright package. So 2 Spright Blue, 2 Spright Jet, 1 Red, and 1 Carrot. Then for the spells, I cut down to 2 Spright Starter, and then I did manage to keep the Spright Gamma Burst. So I cut 1 card from this Spright engine, and then to supplement the Spright engine, we have our Nimble package. So only 2 Nimble Beaver and 1 Nimble Angler. I did miss the 3rd Beaver and the 2nd Angler. Because in tournament I drew my 1 Angler and I wasn't able to trigger this, and it put me very far behind, and it was very unfortunate. But that's it for the Spright package. Next up is the Snake Eyes package. I cut down to 1 Diabellstar the Black Witch. I played 1 Ash, 1 Poplar, and 1 Oak, and then only 1 Flamberge. So I really, like, this package is bare bones. I don't even play Bonfire anymore because, like, you're never going to be able to use it. Like, unless you specifically get hand trapped and you already had access to this engine. But that'll probably change in the future. Next up, I've got the 3 Wanted to search out your Black Witch, the 1 Original Sinful Spoils, and then the Divine Temple of the Snake Eye. So that's to wrap up the Snake Eyes package. Next up is hand traps. We've got 3 Dimension Shifter. Still really good if you open up the kashtira package. You can end on a Shangri-Ira and you're most likely not dead, and you will have follow-up. Next up, triple Ash Blossom, triple Ghost Ogre, and triple Infinite Impermanence. And then the last 2 cards, they don't really fit in any other category, so I just put them at the end. Called by the Grave. You can afford to play this in the main now because you've got a lot of things that lose to basically Droll. I mean, you can still play under Droll, but if you can draw this, it's a lot better. So I opted to play it since I was down to 48. And then we do main deck the Angel Statue as Arune now, which is a really good disruption. As you can see, we cut the totally awesome package, so no more Swap Frogs. That was a big engine removal that cut the deck down, but that was something that I used to side out going into games, or like going second against my opponent. So that really messed up my siding pattern. So my side deck was not as strong as it should have been. Next up, extra deck. Not too many changes, but obviously we do play the Shangri-Ira still because we have Shifter. We still kept the Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack combo. Sometimes I side that combo out, but it's still this is such a strong card because of its ability to produce tokens and to pop something. Next up, you still need to play the 2 Gigantic Spright. And then instead of the Toad, I opted to play the number 65 Gin Buster because it gives you an extra layer of disruption, and mainly you're making a Spright board at this point. So this gives you the ability to negate a monster effect, burn for 500, and then you can tribute it off for your Spright Red or Spright Carrot. in order to negate and destroy something. Next up for the links, we have Spright Sprint. We now include the Silhouette Rabbit in the main deck, which is really nice. Its spell and trap removal effect is amazing. Next up, we have 2 Link Spider to use the G-Golem Crystal Heart combo with the Mecha Phantom-based Dracosac. We have our G-Golem Crystal Heart. And then next, that's basically it for the Spright package. Next up, we've got the, what's it called? Snake Eye package. 1 Hida. Honestly, I wish there was room for Dark, because like if you could steal your opponent's Black Witch, then it's broken. But no one's playing Snake Eyes at my locals. So this is just really good for taking someone's Ash. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, not Snake Eyes Ash. But I was able to do that once in tournament. Also, it's a generic Link to Fire that you can link off your Princess with to go into your Spright combo. So Snake Eyes cards can get you into the Spright engine, and your kashtira engine can get you into the Spright engine. And the Spright engine is where you get your negates. So that's basically the whole idea of the deck. We do play another fire target to link off into. It's the Ambler Whale. And this basically allows you to have more layered disruption and follow-up, because it can bring back a link from the graveyard when it's destroyed, and then you can banish it if something's destroyed to pop another card, which is really nice. And then finally, for the extra deck, IP and SP Little Knight. Shout out to Team Bad Cards. So really simple extra deck, bread and butter. And then finally, the side deck. So this is where the deck could use some fixing. I did end up siding 3 extra deck monsters. I figured I really wanted Access Code Talker on my list somewhere, because it fulfills a niche that's very powerful, because you have so many different attributes in your extra deck. If you manage to go through your G-Golem Crystal Heart combo, or touch down your Silhouette Rabbit, you've got a lot of fires. You have multiple pops, like 3 to 4 pops with your Access Code Talker, which is just really useful, and it can get really big to just beat over something. So I opted to put this in if I knew I was going second. You can easily take out the Silhouette Rabbit, because you're going to not want to draw your Azarune statue, so you're siding out that package, basically. Next up, World Sea Dragon's Elantis. I'll have to show you guys the combo for this. I don't have Raging Phoenix, but still, with just original Sinful Spoils Snake Eye, you can literally OTK your opponent if they have a monster on board with this card. I'll show you guys that combo in a different video. And then finally, Red Eye's Flare Metal Dragon is just a really powerful card towards the end of match procedures. Next up, monsters. I do have the Red Resonator still. It's really good in the Spright package. And then next up, hand traps. We've got 3 Droll and Lockbird. That's the only hand trap in the extra deck, or side deck rather. This just really ends people's turns, and it's a really powerful card. So I opted to play it in my side deck. Next up, 3 Triple Tactics Thrust. I don't even think I put this in. Actually, I did put it in, but I never drew it. But yeah, in theory, it's really good. The 1 Talents, the 1 Feather Duster for targets. Next up, we have our Spright cards. We have Spright Smashers, which is searchable, and then Spright Double Cross. This is better for going up against like non-targeting decks that need non-targeting removal. Like Voiceless Voice has the barrier up, so you can't target their stuff. This doesn't target, so you can just banish their guy or any of their back row. And then this is really good for going first for just taking something that your opponent controls, because it's a trap card. And then finally, you have your Evenly Matched that you can search off your Thrust, but this should probably be at a higher number. But we'll get to that when we get there. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the second place deck profile, and subscribe for more.